Welcome, people of Jacksonville and all over the world. We're international. Welcome to Podcastville, episode 3. I'm your host for today's episode, Mario Rico, joined again here by my co-hosts. You know what, guys? I'm feeling giving today. Why don't you introduce yourselves for a change?
Hey, Khalil.
Khalil Farah. Excited to be here.
Nick Boyle. Fun times.
That was fine. I think I'll introduce you next time. But you did okay. You did good. Give yourself a little pat on the back. Give yourself a pat on the back.
Oh, you didn't mean literally?
Not literally. Actually, my back is sore. I have gotten to that age. I'm almost 32, and I can no longer. I'm not training anymore. Like I used to train. I used
like
to tell
CrossFit?
people. Yeah, it's like I'm training. Now I'm exercising, just to stay in shape.
Like, body motion stays in motion.
Right.
Age.
So I'm going for a run yesterday. You know, I did 10 miles in 2 days. It's not a big deal or anything.
Wow.
But I'm getting pain in my lower back, and I'm mad because I'm trying to do more because I've been watching all these sports docs, the documentaries.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with these things.
Like Rocky 1 through 3.
That is a documentary. Those are real. As the Italian Stallion is a real person. But no, it started with, like during COVID, they had The Last Dance. Have you guys seen The Last Dance?
Oh, yeah.
The Michael Jordan one with the Bulls.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I was reading something online that ever since that took off, now maybe because it was COVID times, but ESPN especially has, and Netflix has these untold stories in 30 for 30.
Yeah.
And then HBO with Hard Knocks. Their ratings are through the roof.
Yeah.
Like everyone wants to do a sports doc about every single show.
Yeah. Like Florida, they just had a University of Florida one. They did a Swamp Kings.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, that one was good.
Yeah.
That one was good. Where they?
I did not like it.
You didn't like it?
I thought there were so many good things that they missed out on.
So the only thing I liked was
Like
Urban
good,
Meyer.
Bad things or
Like
good
good, bad things.
Like, well, Urban Meyer was being interviewed. You could see the heart bridge in the background.
Right.
Like, oh, is he still in Jacksonville?
Yeah,
This
he's
isn't
in his
aged
teal.
well.
Yeah.
Right. And then they brushed over, like, Urban Meyer went on to coach the Jacksonville Jaguars.
For 2 games.
Yeah, they didn't talk about the Hernandez stuff. And
Yeah, I mean, that was the fun part.
Yeah.
You know, was all the arrests and the, having a murderer at your tight end. I mean,
Did they show the Tebow cry, "You'll never see another man"? Dude?
Oh, yeah.
They did?
Yeah. If you watch the documentary, the way they treated those players, like, Urban Meyer should be in jail. He's insane. They're not soldiers going off to war. These are kids playing a game.
Well, that's why they were winners, man. Champions.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Maybe he should have brought. Why didn't he bring that to the Jags?
He tried. He didn't know his name.
yeah,
He's like, who's that?
He tried to bring
mailed it in a
Tebow.
little
He's like,
much.
Tebow, I need you to come back here.
Right.
I need you to come back here. No. So I really love those, but they pump you up. They make you want to maybe not you guys. I don't know.
No, I think part of it during COVID, there were no sports going on. And so, Last Dance came out, and we were just like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, my God, I can watch basketball.
Well, you must have watched The Captain, being such a big Yankee.
The Jeter
yeah,
one,
oh, yeah.
Big Go Yankees.
Yeah.
Big Yankees guy.
Who's your favorite player?
Well, this is a Judge T-shirt.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's visible.
Yeah.
that's yours. You brought that? You have that yourself?
Yeah,
Big fan, huh?
Big fan.
yeah.
What's
big
his
fan.
first name?
The joke is,
He's like, I
this
just
is
call him
Nick's shirt.
Close, I just call him the judge.
Yeah.
He's
The
always
judge,
laying
yeah.
down the law. You said you have a judge story though?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw him. I was there when he was trying to hit the 62nd or whatever he was on.
Oh, you were at the game.
I was at it. He.
Hey, where was it again?
it
What
was,
stadium?
well, Yankee. I didn't go to the game where he actually hit it. I was
Right.
there at the game before he actually.
I
hit
was
it.
at one of the games before as well. So
oh,
you didn't see him. He was
No,
on the
but-
field playing, and you were a fan at the
Right.
game.
Exactly.
That counts as a story. What do you mean?
No, this is what was disappointing though. Is the game went to extra innings and he hit a long center field shot.
Okay.
I was convinced I was
That
about
was
to
a
see
history?
the record.
Yeah.
And then it was short by 3
Right.
feet, and
Yeah.
I had to go home.
Well,
and,
the record, you see the guy actually sold the ball.
Yeah, I saw it for $3 million or
Yeah,
something like that.
nuts.
Yeah,
good for him.
I saw.
Why doesn't Judge buy it? Does Judge buy it through some company?
Judge doesn't buy it.
Why not? It's his,
He could buy a baseball whenever he wants it.
but it's the
I don't
theory
know.
of it.
I saw Ryan Reynolds the other day. Well, I
Where?
saw him. I was watching a movie.
You watching? Yeah, right.
Same thing.
You have a story about Ryan
Same
Reynolds.
thing. Right. I like these untold story ones. Like the Johnny Manziel one was really interesting, even though I don't like him. But what other ones? What are you watching? Have you watched any? What do you like?
Well, Khalil and I watched The Captain together. That was good. Big Yankee fans.
Big Yankee
Oh,
fan.
I did love that one.
No, that one was good. But Hard Knocks is a staple. It's been around for a while.
Every year.
I've never watched Hard Knocks.
Really?
Ever?
Oh no, never.
Well, the Bills haven't been on it.
Which I don't want the distraction, but also I refuse to this year because of the Jets, and I hate the Jets.
It was sad this year because it's I got all off season hype for the.
It was
Aaron
it was
Rodgers.
going to be so good, and then
Yeah.
Someone said,
75 seconds
this
of
is
play.
the first time you see the genuine, real good side of Aaron Rodgers. Like, you don't think he's putting on a show for the
He
cameras?
said he wasn't.
Oh, he said he wasn't.
Yeah, you going to believe the man or no?
So is it still going on, or is it done?
No, but there is a mid-season team, right?
There is an in-season Hard Knocks. I don't watch that one. I just like the training camp stuff.
NFL Films, I don't know if you guys remember, they used to dun 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 dun. Remember that music?
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to do this thing called NFL Yearbook, where they followed a team for an entire season. You didn't watch it until the next season, so you hit it back. Yeah.
It's like Drive to Survive for Formula One.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not.
That's good.
I'm
Another
not,
good
I'm not
sports
pretentious
supplement.
enough to watch Formula One.
But you live at the beach.
That's true. That's true.
You don't like Formula One?
I never really watched it.
It's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Why watch it when you can live it?
Is that a James Bond thing?
No, I was gonna make a joke that I race cars, but I don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. But NFL Yearbook was great, and it pretty much did every single team had an opportunity. Because I don't think the Bills are going to Hard Knocks. The Jags should have been on Hard Knocks when they had Urban Meyer.
I think he would have gotten fired a lot quicker.
Yeah, that would have been a huge
If there were
mistake.
cameras following him around.
Could you imagine if the Jags were on Hard Knocks and they get to that one part of when he's at the bar with that young girl?
Right.
Yeah, the show cancels right
Yeah,
there
I
and
think
that.
I think the season's over.
Yeah.
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 But it would be entertaining to get into the life of Trevor Lawrence and ETN and the defense.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I like this. HBO's doing a show. It's not a doc, but it's based on the Lakers from the 80s, Winning Time. Have you guys seen this?
No, I haven't watched it. I know it got canceled.
Yeah, what's up
Spoiler.
with that?
I don't know why it got canceled. It was phenomenal. It was like the best show on TV. And it made me want to kind of root for the Lakers now. But I can't do that.
I've been a Laker fan my whole life.
Oh, you have?
I haven't. It's not a bandwagon. You can't.
Nick is a Yankees
Yankee
fan and a Lakers fan.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's not bandwagon.
You like the Cowboys
sounds like a
too?
bandwagon.
Yeah, Cowboys, and then what? Maple Leafs. Like, what is your
Let me
hockey
explain.
team?
Rangers. Let me explain.
Rangers. Oh, okay. But you won't go on November 27th
No.
with me to watch the Sabres Rangers in New York.
I won't.
Fully comped.
Let me explain.
Not comped.
From New York, so Yankees.
From
just
New York. You were
in
born
blood.
there for a day and you
I was
left.
born there. Left when I was a toddler.
Okay, enough time to establish.
But it's still in my blood.
Establish your fanhood. Okay.
Yeah. Well, my parents grew up there,
Sure,
so
sure,
it
okay.
counts.
Okay.
The Lakers. I enjoyed as a kid watching Kobe play. So it was just. I didn't know that they were winning.
So it's a bandwagon.
No, because I didn't know. I didn't understand.
Yeah, it's a bad way.
So when you're 6 years old, you understand winning. What winning means.
Yeah.
I did. I was very
Oh, yeah.
intelligent.
Maybe I was 4 years old,
Okay. Well,
3 years old, 2 years old.
Winning was everything.
what year
growing
was
up.
that? I gotta equate it to some TV show to see what season they're in to understand where you are in your timeline.
Yeah. Where in Friends are we?
You met my family?
Yeah. Right.
We literally have billboards with our faces on it that
Winning.
says winning is everything. That is not an exaggeration.
Real quick, I have one criticism for the billboards.
Yeah.
There's one that says power play and it's near the Jags. That's a hockey
That's a
term.
hockey
That is a hockey term.
Yeah, I don't get it. What does it mean?
You know, there's still moments where you're running power run game. You got power influences.
Take it down.
I get it.
We need to be the Icemen, the official.
Right.
Forever
That's a good
the
Iceman.
Yeah, speaking of sports, football, we're in the middle of the football season right now. A lot of people are asking, can I sue my team because
Oh.
of how depressed they are making
Oh my
home?
God!
Yeah, that's a good point.
I just
Yeah.
relate to these people too much. Okay, so that actually, you're stealing my segue, Thunder. How dare you? But that brings us to our legal corner, presented by Farah Farah.
Whoa, action hero.
Shameless
style.
plug, shameless
Yeah.
plug. So, in law school, I had a sports blog, and one of the topics was if you had to sue, like Khalil said, if you had to sue your owner of your team or your team in general, do you have a claim? Okay. So I wrote about the only thing you could actually talk about doing. Now, we will get into the legality of it in a second here. Is our favorite tort from law school, negligent infliction of emotional distress.
Something you'll never talk about again.
Never.
Right. But in law school, it was fascinating.
Oh, so fascinating.
And we spent 18 weeks on this.
Professor,
thing.
what about this? What about this?
Exactly.
What about this?
And there's so many different ways in which the law can be tweaked and whatnot.
Right.
All right. So this is what essentially the law is. The defendant, okay, or the person, torturous actor, commits an act of negligence, and the plaintiff suffers emotional distress as a result of that action, okay? Now, before we dive in there, certain states have different variations to the rule. Okay, for example, in Florida, we have, if you want to bring this claim, there has to be an impact. Okay, it's called the impact rule.
Impact rule.
Impact rule. Right.
Right.
Impact rule. Did you get that? You get that, Cole? Producer Cole?
I'll do that.
Yeah. The defendant's negligent act had at least a minor impact on the plaintiff, causing an injury. In other words, the defendant's conduct must be a direct cause of the plaintiff's harm. Okay, that's the Florida rule. So, turning it over to Mr. Farah himself, tell us a little bit more about this claim.
Give us the elements.
Yeah, so in Florida, you got to prove essentially 4 things. So one, you got to prove that the person that is doing the suing, the plaintiff, that's what we call him. The plaintiff
Is it plaintiff?
Plaintiff.
Okay, that's French. Okay.
But it's a little concerning that you're a plaintiff lawyer.
I just have class. Okay? I just have class.
Number 1 is the plaintiff must suffer a physical injury,
Right.
which is the impact rule. That's what we're talking about. They must actually have been impacted physically.
Oh, they themselves.
The plaintiff themselves must have been impacted.
Okay.
Number 2, the plaintiff's physical injury must be caused by the psychological trauma. So you actually have to have some emotional or physical manifestation of witnessing this trauma.
Gotcha.
And that the plaintiff must have a close relationship to the directly injured person.
Okay.
So the situation in which...
Is it specific to person?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Right.
And there's case law that may say that other things may apply, like pets.
Okay.
Or sports teams.
Or
sports
maybe
teams.
sports teams.
Right, okay.
You're in the stands. You get hit by the football, then they lose. And
there's the
Right,
impact,
I was going
right.
to say, yeah. I mean, you could probably find a situation for a law school exam where this is going to apply, right?
Yeah.
I
It
love
sounds like a
that.
law school
Love
A
it.
kick
Really
went through the-
believable hypotheticals.
You know, the Jags missed the game-winning field goal, and the ball actually sailed left of the upright and hit a fan.
Right, and you get so depressed from the loss that you get hurt. And
Yeah, that you suffer depression. You could probably sue the Jags. I mean,
we
academically.
wouldn't take the game.
Yeah, we wouldn't take it, but
Right.
So,
someone will.
if there's not an impact rule, so someone if they're not, maybe say if they're a Bills fan, I don't know who would be one.
Not many people.
Maybe they have they have an easier time bringing a claim if there's no impact rule. They just suffered the emotional distress because of the negligent actions of the team.
Yeah, so some states don't have the impact rule.
Okay.
So what that means is that you can be purely just someone that sees something happen.
Yeah.
The zone of danger rule.
The zone of danger. So the most common example from it, honestly, is like shootings or bombings or
Right.
things
Okay.
like that.
So
Right.
real things.
Real bad
Not teams
situations.
losing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm walking with my spouse and God forbid someone shoots them. And, that even though I wasn't directly affected, I suffered this traumatic incident because I saw it.
Right. Well, that's the interesting part. Was one of the elements C, actually eyes on?
Yeah, it's not necessarily for Florida.
So, like, what
The
if your
impact
back is
rule-
turned?
Yeah, as long as you're impacted by it and you have the timing matters.
Well, let's do a little law school example.
Okay. Oh, gosh,
So-
Nick. Why do you got to be that
You
guy?
gotta be a gunner
We don't want to
sometimes.
go back to law school.
Yeah, you do.
Okay,
So,
I did love law
Like,
school.
what if you're walking?
I was
with,
very popular.
with your partner?
Sure.
Gunfire goes off. You're a little bit ahead, not looking.
Okay.
You hear the gunfire. You don't see the person fall, but the bullet also hits glass, and the glass hits you. Florida impact rule applies, or what?
Yeah, I think the
that's
Florida
a
impact rule
great-
applies,
that's a great
but the
hypo.
glass hits you, so you're arguably you were impacted, so
Right.
you're gonna meet the requirements there. The question for whether you have to see it, I think, is really it's a timing question. And I'm reading some Florida Supreme Court cases on the issue, and it has to be immediate. I mean, you have to immediately be emotionally affected as a result of it.
See, so that is a tough one, and we'll bring it back to like the sports claim that we kind of jokingly interluded to it, but a lot of clients or negligent clients who have been affected by regular negligent cases might have a manifestation of emotional distress, whether it be depression, anxiety,
PTSD from driving.
Right,
driving
yeah.
later on. How can you have an immediate reaction emotionally if the manifestations don't happen until later? They're really going to say you haven't proven that element of the law?
Well, remember, this is a distinct claim from a normal negligence claim. Like when
Okay.
you're suing someone in an auto claim, you're suing for your own emotional anguish because of your impact.
So this
your
would be an
injury.
additional count on the
This,
complaint.
this is a different count. Yeah, this is
Okay.
a different claim that you potentially could have.
Have you ever made this claim for one of your clients, or even have you ever seen this happen at Farah Farah?
So it's funny, prepping for today, I was asking every lawyer I
Right.
could find at the office. Like, have you ever brought has you ever brought an NIUD
Like,
claim?
don't talk to us.
They're like, I haven't heard of that since law school.
Right.
And the answer is no. Nobody
Okay.
has brought one. But it got me thinking. I have a client right now where her dog, unfortunately, was killed in a car crash when the airbags deployed.
Oh, that's tragic.
It's tragic.
Oh, so it's a property. It's not a person.
Well, that's the So
I-
the elements is persons or
So
Peoples.
if you're reading the case law, now the Florida Supreme Court made this
Pupils.
ruling in 1995.
oh, that's old.
So
it's a great. It's like season 1 of Friends. Everything in my mind is related to the
TV
seasons of Friends.
seasons.
Yeah.
that's how you keep track of time.
Exactly. Oh, we are a half hour until Friends starts, actually.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
On what, Nick at Night?
TBS.
TBS.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, so there's been some case law that has extended animals or pets some protections that are normally reserved for people, and so I think I might try it. I might include this claim
Oh,
in the
man.
lawsuit and see what
This
happens.
is exciting.
Yeah.
This isn't just a fun pod anymore. This is work. This is a work write-off. We should be paid extra.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Gosh, I need to talk about my compensation now. No, I'm just teasing.
So what if I'm severely disappointed in a season finale for a show? Can I sue
Are
the
you talking about
writers?
Are you talking about Game of Thrones?
Just any show.
He's talking about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I think the impact rule is going to really prevent you from doing anything.
Well, we watched it with our eyes.
Yeah.
The light impacted your eyes
That's
through the TV. Now that's getting smart.
Were you a Game of Thrones guy, Khalil?
I watched it. Yeah, it was in law school, so it was like every
I feel like
Sunday.
every show we brought up because I was like, no.
No, I watched Game
know.
of Thrones every Sunday in law school. Like we'd get together, a group of people.
He's like,
and watch
yeah,
it.
I know Kit Harington. I've seen him before. Like, oh, how? Oh, he played Jon
He
Snow.
stole my hair.
That's funny.
Okay, so I want to bring it back. We've learned a lot about the law here. I want to bring it back to the sports claim here. Okay.
Okay.
So let's jokingly say that yes, you without the impact rule aside. Okay,
Yeah,
let's say
that's
we've
that's
gotten
tough.
over that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
tough. We are emotionally distressed because of the defendant. This torturous actor has caused us this distress, meaning they're putting a crap team on the field or on the court, and we're being affected by it. Okay. So I thought of a fun little twist on it. Which fan base has the strongest claim, in your opinion? We're going based off history, all right? Historically, all right? And I want to start with Nick. I want to put you on the spot here.
Let's see. Which fan base has it? Well, I can't say the Yankees because
No,
They're just so good.
We have the most championships.
Yeah, I mean-
we're all, and he's, we're all big fans.
Yeah, we're all big fans. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Big Yankees pod.
Mr. Judge.
You might have been able to say the Red Sox before 2004 or the
Yeah.
Cubs before 2016.
Well, the Cubs only have one. I was going to say the Cubs because they've
Okay.
won, one in 100 years?
yeah.
Like one back in 1917 and then one again since?
You know what? I got to tell a date story. God, I have so many.
Oh, yikes.
I was on a date during the World Series when the Cubs and Indians were playing.
Taco Lou or Flying Iguana?
This was in Tallahassee in law school.
Okay.
And she saw me looking up at the TV, and she said, "Why are you? I think sports are stupid. You're just rooting for a logo." And I said, "Well, no. First of all, that's dumb. Take the Bills out of Buffalo, the city crumbles. But this is historic. We were dealing with the Cubs here, blah blah blah." And she says, "That's stupid. Those people are stupid."
So she's just not a fan of...
I got married to her. She's my wife. No,
Oh.
how can you
So you
say
got over that.
Can you imagine telling a sports fan? Anyways, okay. So you're choosing the Cubs. You think they have a strong case?
Yeah. They don't. They just hadn't won, and it took forever. They
Yeah.
won once. I think it would be an even better idea to take the Cubs because they won so recently after so long that now you want more, and they just still stink.
That's okay. That's good. Khalil, what about you?
I think Lions, they're just awful, and they've been awful, and they're going to be awful.
I mean, they're bad. I mean, they're just
Detroit,
bad, man.
Detroit Lions, yeah.
and they have to
they're
play on
just-
Thanksgiving every year, and people
Ugh.
hate it.
Who do they play? They play who every year?
Every year they play on
They
Thanksgiving.
play-
Them
Oh,
and
right,
the
that's not the
Cowboys.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just...
How'd they get that
just-
deal?
They have volunteered. A couple teams volunteered.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, they're just bad. They have so much promise this year, but they just lost. They lost in week 2. I don't know. We'll see where the season goes. I'm going to say Cleveland Browns. Have they ever been relevant in our
What is a
lifetime?
Brown? What does that
I don't
mean?
know.
I believe they were named after their owner, Paul Brown, the original owner.
Okay.
Is that real?
Yeah, but like I don't know. Here, look it up while
I'll
I
look it up
chat.
while you talk. Yeah.
Did you guys know that they moved?
Yeah,
in
they're
1986, they
originally
moved to
Baltimore.
They moved.
Were the Ravens there already or no?
No, they moved to Baltimore.
Right. That's it.
Oh.
And then they got an expansion team. They brought Cleveland back. So the team was so bad, they moved, they come back, and they're still bad.
You're
I
right. They were
mean-
named after Paul Brown.
Right. See, I know my sports. Sports. So, producer Cole, who do you think has the strongest claim between the Lions, the Cubs, and the Browns?
I'm going to go with the Lizard Kings.
That's
Out of Jacksonville, little hockey team.
I remember them. These guys don't remember them.
a
They're
peanut
not.
team?
They're not
What is
OG
this?
Jacksonville.
All
like
they
us.
ever gave me was a puck and no victories. And I still have that puck at home.
I've been to many
The
birthday
Icemen now,
parties
yeah.
at the Lizard King games.
what a great name, the Lizard Kings.
You know, and this might be a good idea for the NEID thing, or NIED thing. I was at my hometown. The Dodgers used to come for spring training, and I'm pretty sure it was Kershaw in spring training.
Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah,
Okay.
with a ball. Okay, I was a kid. He was sitting in the
Okay.
dugout. He turns to me and he acts like he's gonna throw the ball, and then he doesn't. And he turns around and laughs at it. And I was just sad for the rest of the day.
What a jerk.
I know. Could I sue? Can I sue him?
I think, not for this.
Oh,
No.
I think you sue him
Again.
for intentional infliction of emotional distress.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a jerk.
I know. It was so sad. I'll never forget that. I'll always remember him. I'll close my eyes to see it.
Producer
Always
Cole,
remember
let's take a note. We're going to write a strongly worded letter to the Dodgers on behalf of Nick here. All
it.
right?
Thank you. I appreciate that. I need that.
All right. Well, we learned a lot. We had some laughs. And I think now it's time for Power Rank Jacks. I'm trying out these new voices. I think
cool.
they're going to work. My mom will like them.
Yeah, she'll laugh.
She gives me really positive feedback.
You're her special boy.
I am her special boy.
Yeah.
I am. I'm her little guy. Okay, so today's topic. You know, this is really near and dear to my heart. I said it about all of them, but this is we're gonna rank best beaches in Jacks.
You should know these.
I should know these. I live so close to the beach.
Right.
We're gonna
Atlantic and Hodges.
we're gonna stretch it. We're gonna do ponds and pool. No, Duval County and St. Johns County.
That's
okay.
fair.
So someone like you,
Okay.
who's not a true Jacksonvillian.
That's like right there, though.
No. You can be included too. So we're each gonna pick one, okay? Because there's not as many beaches as there are burger joints and taco places. So producer Cole has elected me to go first, and so I'm gonna go first.
This
He
smells
didn't
like
really. I just
collusion.
made him to do it because I said if he didn't go, I'd never invite him back to the beach again at the beach house that I call my house.
Can you see the ocean from your house?
You can smell it. That
Might be a plumbing problem.
I can walk outside. I can just take a handful of sand.
That's just dirt in your
Just
yard.
home. Just home. So I'm gonna go with Neptune Beach. Okay,
that's a good one.
it's a great one. You get done with a burger at Poe's,
Right.
maybe a taco from Flying Iguana.
Chicken tortilla.
Yeah.
Pose is in Atlantic. I did check.
Well, it's really close to Neptune. Okay,
Oh, the beach guy doesn't know the beach.
I'm gonna change my answer to Atlantic Beach. then.
Okay.
Okay, that's
Okay.
gonna, yeah.
All right.
So it's just clean. Atlantic Beach is clean. Okay, it's just clean, and the sand is beautifully white, and there's not a lot of people. You have a lot of really nice houses with private entrances, and you can really get away with sneaking into those backyards after certain times and enjoy them as if you live in those houses.
You must chase people away out of your backyard all the time.
Exactly. I
Okay,
hate
I'm
when
done,
those
I'm
kids
done,
come
I'm
on my.
done, I'm done.
Yeah. Plus, I had a fun little story. Ran into Paul Poslusny. Remember Paul Poslusny,
Oh, yeah.
former
Yeah.
Jags
Oh, yeah.
linebacker? And he talks to people. Like, my brother's wearing a Bills hat, and he went out of his way to be like, hey, I played for the Bills.
Yeah, Bills. Didn't you also see the Karate
Oh,
Kid
Cobra
TV show?
Kai.
Yeah, Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai, season 3. They were filming one of the houses out at, is it Neptune Beach or Atlantic? Ocean Boulevard there?
That's Atlantic.
Right, Atlantic Beach. That's what I
Yeah, see?
said. Because I live there.
You should have
Right.
started with the map before the
Right.
segment.
They were filming.
Cole can put the map up for us.
They were filming. They used one of those houses. Instead of going to California and shooting, they did it in Jacksonville, and I saw the sweep the leg guy. Yeah, right there.
Oh yeah.
so
cool.
it's
pretty
just
cool.
it's a great place to go for a run.
That's a lot like Khalil's Judge story.
But I actually saw him there. I didn't just see him
saw
on
him in
TV.
No, I was at the game.
It doesn't count. So I'm gonna go with Atlantic Beach or Neptune Beach.
No, you,
Both.
you gotta pick one.
Which one am I describing?
You're describing Atlantic.
Atlantic
Beach.
Beach. Neptune.
Neptune is.
You
You know where Atlantic Boulevard is?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously you live on Atlantic
right.
Boulevard, but inland.
Right.
East of.
In between that
J-
and Fletcher High School.
Fletcher. Oh, that's
That is Neptune.
Neptune Beach. Right.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Well, you're a
Right.
beach guy, so you know
Right,
that.
so exactly. See, we said at the same time.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
So Atlantic Beach is my pick. You can walk and not worry about stepping on cigarette butts.
I got a question for the Jack's local guy.
Sure.
Which one? Which guy?
Not you. You're
Oh.
from Buffalo or something.
Okay.
Is the sand shells or is it imported in Jacksonville?
Wait,
So,
what?
it's a lot of it's dredged.
Okay.
Because
What does this mean? Oh, of
So like
course I know.
some beaches are like not real sand, right?
yeah, I mean it's real sand, but a lot of times after a storm, if there's a lot of erosion, you'll see like a barge out on the
See if
the
there's a lot
ocean.
of Verizon users, phones.
Erosion.
Erosion.
Oh, erosion.
Erosion, yeah.
They said Verizon.
So they
Didn't make sense.
pump sand in from the seabed and replenish the beach.
Whoa, that's fake. They're messing with Mother Nature.
Well, no, it's still sand. It's just from
That's
offshore.
that's my home.
It's still from the ocean.
It's still from the ocean.
That's my backyard they're dealing with
For a
there.
beach guy, you never seen the barges?
Of course I have, man.
That's what you're smelling.
I got Billy Barger. He works out there. He's a good buddy of mine.
Yeah.
It's funny
All
because
right.
I can't see the beach either. I mean, I'm
Yeah, you're inland. Yeah. All right, producer Cole, why don't you tell us who's gonna have the second pick here?
We're going to go to St. John's with Nick.
Ooh. I'm not going to pick his St. John's Beach.
Because there aren't any.
Well, you know what? No, I'm going to.
Do it. I dare you.
I'm going to you dare me. I'm going to pick Michler's. That's in
Okay.
St. John's, right?
I believe it's pronounced
It is, yeah.
Micklers.
That's my
In my house, we call it Micklers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Michler's Beach.
Okay.
And the reason why it's a great beach is because it's not private by any means, but there's definitely less going on. And I think a lot of people, when they go to the beach, maybe not. I mean, how often do you want to just be surrounded by a ton of people?
Always.
Always. And so you just love going to crowds.
I love
Find a good
going.
crowd and stand in it.
I just stand in crowds. I
Right.
love it, man. It's the best.
But it's great. And the parking's actually not bad.
The sand looks
Yeah.
awful, man. This sand looks
Is
coarse.
Is this barge sand?
This
or
is the type of sand Anakin Skywalker would hate.
Oh.
I hate it. It's coarse. And it gets everywhere. Cole knows what
I
I'm
don't
talking
know.
about.
Can you
It's a Star Wars.
Star Wars. Right.
Okay.
I'm a jock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks for the
I'm
support.
not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you flounder there.
Thanks for the support, Khalil.
Do you know what he's talking about?
All right, so how close are you to this beach?
Like 6 minutes.
Look at the water is
Yeah, it's
brown.
pretty quick from Knoxville.
This is
Yeah.
like sewer water.
Oh, it's a nice beach.
It comes from the same ocean.
Yeah, which one?
Atlantic.
Atlantic.
The Mediterranean, Mario.
Gosh. All right. I mean, it's a weak choice, but that's fair.
What are your hates on it?
It's not Atlantic or Neptune.
Mark, have you ever been to that beach?
Micklers? Yeah. I used to go and, I used to go searching for seashells by the seashore.
All right.
Sally. Can we call you Sally?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. All right,
Got
Khalil.
questions.
Your turn. Where are you going?
I like Jacksonville Beach.
Really?
Yeah, I like Jacksonville Beach. That's probably where I spend the most time in terms of all the beaches.
Is it the garbage?
I like the pier.
Yeah, the pier's nice.
Pier's cool.
Remember the
Yeah.
pier?
I remember the pier.
That was a great spot.
That used to be a good spot. Now
Yeah.
it's some hotel.
Yeah. It's
But it used to be a bar called the Pier.
No, yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm making sure.
I've been there before.
All right.
I think I went to Jacksonville.
It's a good
2018,
spot.
good chips and salsa there.
Yeah.
Actually.
Bees used to play there a lot.
All the
Ben,
time.
you ran
Oh,
for
yeah.
last
I was
last
their
podcast.
groupie.
No, Jack's Beach. It's good. I like the restaurants. There's a lot of new spots that are open up there too, which was cool.
Oku. Gotta give it a
Oku.
shot.
Oh, yeah,
Oku's
Oku's
good.
good.
I like the rooftop.
Yeah.
What rooftop?
On
Oku's
Oku.
got a rooftop.
We went and sat on the rooftop.
I was there?
You sure were?
Oh, I was there. I remember. I was like, I wish I was in Atlantic. I wish I was in my backyard at Atlantic Beach right now.
Right.
Yeah.
This is in post.
Smelling the beach.
So Jacksonville Beach has so much potential, like the surrounding area. They just built the Margaritaville Hotel, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah.
to Buffett. But part of me doesn't want it to be commercialized because it's a hidden gem.
Yeah, a lot of people think that. I'm sort of a fan of a little bit of development. No, that's a little bit unpopular, but
Gosh,
I
you
am.
capitalist.
No, it's not that. I like when there's like a
More
lot
convenience
of walking.
fees.
Yeah, more convenient. Make everyone use a credit card. No, I just like when things are built up a little more because it's easier to walk around and like
Yeah, that's
sort of
true.
go from place to place without
Yeah,
having
more
to drive.
stuff to do.
I'll tell you what I hate that they did. They got rid of free parking. You have to use the Freebird app, Firebird, whatever it's called.
But it made it,
You know,
made it like a guaranteed spot almost though.
You know, if you live at the beach, it's still free.
I bike there.
Actually.
That's true.
I bike there. I use a 21-mile bike. I work up a great
Go over
appetite.
the bridge, pass Epic
Get a
Burger.
burger, get some tacos. Right. It's a great day at the beach.
Yeah.
And then I get to step on some cigarette buds if I'm going to Jack's Beach. I will live in Atlantic Beach one day. That is my goal.
That is your goal.
Yeah, unless I meet someone and she doesn't want to live there, then I want to live there.
To win on some NIED claims for that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for them.
It's not. I mean, well, you'll have to let us know what happens with the dog.
Oh yeah, I'll
Yeah.
give an update on this podcast. 2 years from now when we're through litigation.
right. Producer Cole, what do you have a favorite beach? Son of a beach?
I'm
Sit
a
it
Jax
in?
Beach native. I grew up at Jax Beach, went to Fletcher.
Why don't you brag about it then?
I am currently.
Did you live inland with Mario, or
No, I lived at like the true beach. Well, not actually. I lived on the river, but
It's still
it's
beach
on
side.
the west side of.
over the bridge?
He used to wear floaties and swim to school. He couldn't
Right.
swim. He just bobbed.
And I'm definitely a fan of Jax Beach. Went there a lot growing up, but I've also got a low key love for like Huguenot and then St. Augustine, where you can drive on the beach.
That's
I
pretty
don't
cool.
even know Huguenot. I don't even know what these places
That's
are.
a good place.
So Huguenot is north of the inlet,
Okay.
so above Mayport, but it's one of our few beaches that you can drive on, and lifeguarded there for a couple years.
What
Yeah.
is the?
I'm not taking the test on the sand, okay? There's enough sand in my backyard that it blows onto it.
I can't. I just can't with this anymore.
All right. Well, Cole, who wins? I want to know who has the best beach here out of all of ours.
Khalil wins.
Yeah, he
Okay.
just
Yeah,
voted for mine.
I
Oh,
think
did
he
he?
was saying that. Yeah,
Okay,
you
well-
missed it, Diane.
Atlantic Beach is kind of uppity.
I love uppity things.
You want some grit with your beach.
I don't want any grit with my beach,
You
okay?
do?
If I want grit with my beach, I'll go to Michler's. Michler's? Michler's. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that is all the time we have for today. We hope you learned a lot about the beach. I know I did. I didn't need to, though, because I live so close to it. I live on it, actually. And we hope you learned about how to sue your team when they're doing bad. I think we have a valid claim, right, guys?
No.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, just stick it out and suffer, and you can bitch and moan about it later. Well, thanks for being a part of the Ville, and we will see you next week on Podcastville. Thank you for listening to Podcastville, you guys. We hope you learned a lot, were thoroughly entertained along the way, and that you will be coming back for more. Remember, you can find us pretty much anywhere you find podcasts. You can subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Music. Heck, we're even on YouTube. Go to Instagram, MySpace. I don't care. You can find us. We're there. And remember, if you or someone you know have been injured, reach out to Farah and Farah.